right. Hello, all family members. Welcome to Family Forum. We're very excited to have you here today. So the way that today's session is going to work, before we have our panels introduce themselves, we will be using the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen to help answer any questions that you have. So please utilize that. We can't see or hear you, but because your chat function is disabled, but please utilize that Q&A function. It is there for you to communicate with us. But we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves so you get to know who each person is. So my name is Naseem Nozertash. I'm one of the Assistant Directors of New Student and Family Services, and I primarily work with family programs. For our OCs, if y'all can go ahead and introduce your name, your OC number, major, and what you're involved in, that would be fantastic.
Hello all, my name is Ashton Burton. I'm a third-year student from Fayetteville, North Carolina, majoring in communication, and this year I'm your OC number 26.
Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Dela Cruz. I'm a third-year psychology and criminal justice double major from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I am OC number 15.
Hey everyone, my name is Caitlin Griffin. I am a second-year psychology criminal justice major from Monroe, North Carolina, and I'm your OC number 24.
Hello everyone, my name is Miko Quijano, second-year marketing major with a minor in dance, and I'm from Richlands, North Carolina, and I'm your OC number 20.
Hey everybody, my name is Bria Lane. I'm a third-year nursing and health systems management double major, and I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I'm your OC number 13.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Mahmood. I'm a third-year psychology major, public health minor, and I'm one of the family programs interns for the New Student and Family Services office.
Hey everyone, my name is Anna, and I am a second-year student majoring in English with 2 minors in secondary education and Spanish, and I am a family programs intern for the New Student and Family Services office.
All right, so our OCs are going to help answer any questions that you have, so please utilize the Q&A function at the bottom of the screen. But to get started, I'm going to ask one question for all of our OCs. If you had to give one piece of advice to our families who are coming to UNC Charlotte for the first time, what would it be?
I'll start off. My advice would be to take the time to explore the campus, and you don't have to limit yourself to the campus. You can also explore the city of Charlotte as well. UNC Charlotte is a big campus, so that's why I say explore, because there are different things that are available, different areas. You might find a nice study spot or anything. So definitely just take some time to explore.
I'm gonna bounce off of Alicia. Not only take the time to explore, but also get to know the campus and get to know what it has to offer in your different organizations, different activities, different internships that it has to offer, because Charlotte and UNC Charlotte has to offer a lot. So get to know where you're going to school and get to know where your student could be going to school, because it's incredible. It's an incredible campus, incredible city.
Okay, I can add on to that, just to say that just to be like open-minded. Your students definitely feed off of whatever energy you bring, especially when it's their first experience on campus. So I would say keep that in mind. And also we have like a lot of options. So we have like little gift bags that you can like give to your students. I don't know if a lot of people do that, but that definitely made me feel better. It was like the motivation I needed to like keep going. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it had like snacks and stuff in there that you could give to your student. It was wonderful. It was something that I really enjoyed. So I would say look into that.
Most definitely. To piggyback off of Bria, I definitely feel like it's important for people to be open-minded, coming in to UNC Charlotte, because we have a lot to offer, a lot of great resources, a lot of great opportunities for the kids coming in. So it's definitely important to stay open-minded, because you never know what life will take you. So just staying motivated, staying uplifted, and just being open-minded will take you a long way. So
Yeah, and on top of that, the fact that you're coming to the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, which is one of the greatest universities of all time for us, most importantly, just celebrate it. Celebrate the little successes coming your way, and celebrate the big successes coming your way. Because, like we said, be open-minded. You're going to explore, and you're going to see a lot that is going to be coming. But don't just celebrate your student, celebrate you, that you're a parent, that you have a college student, and how amazing that is, and have you seen this person grow, and that you like, wow, like we did that. So that's just an amazing feeling. So don't forget to celebrate that thing with your friends and family. So that's just my advice.
All right, Daniel, Anna, you want to kick us off with the first question?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first question we have for you is, what's one thing you wish your families knew before you moved off to college?
That's
Okay, I guess I can go first. As far as me, I'm a first generation college student, so that definitely was hard for me. That was I don't want to say I went through it on my own, but it was a hard journey to go through, like not having anybody to give me guidance through the experience. So I would say that was something that was something I wish I would have had. I wish I would have known more about college before I got there. I wish I would have known what to expect before I got into the experience. So I kind of just had to go through everything. It was a process.
I wish my parents would have known that I didn't know how to cook before coming to UNC Charlotte, because it definitely made it hard for me coming in, not being able to cook on my own. But UNC Charlotte definitely has a lot to offer food-wise resources. Like the Sovi and Crown. So the food on campus is definitely amazing. So coming in, I got used to the food, and I was able to utilize my kitchen effectively in my apartment. So most definitely.
For me, I would say I think I would wish my family would have known to um, make a set time to call me, because as parents you want to check up on your students frequently. So just find the appropriate time, because I would be getting phone calls in class and I can't answer the phone right now. So I would say that was for me.
Okay, so on to the next question. If my student wants to work on campus, how do they get a job, and how does that work with school?
Okay, yeah. We have many opportunities, such as job opportunities. We actually have our own center, which is the University Career Center. It's right beside the library. So maybe you've never had job experience coming into UNC Charlotte. That's perfectly fine, because college is all about making those experiences and making you ready for future jobs. But there are jobs you can have going to college. I know my friend. That there are offices that you can go, and they're basically the receptionist and the desk, and they'll tell people where to go. Not only that, is we have a service called Hire a Niner, which aids students in finding a job on and off campus, which is great. It's a great way just to build your resume, learn new skills, and also the Career Center is just an amazing place, and I say the #1 guide to finding a job on campus.
I guess I can go next. I know a lot of people do work studies. Work studies is definitely a big thing. So it helps, it works with your class schedule. They definitely work around your class schedule. You can work in between classes, or after your classes, before classes, any of that. But work studies are good. It's a good way to help pay off of your tuition if, you don't want to take out too many loans, but you do want to make sure that your bill is paid. So I definitely would look into work studies. And like he said, Hire a Niner is a great place to start, just to find any jobs on campus or off campus. There's a lot of different resources.
Awesome. And for our next question, If you reflect back on your freshman year, what is one thing you would do differently?
I guess I can go ahead and start off. Well, for me, I didn't come in as a first year student. I came in as a transfer student, a second year transfer student. So one thing I wish that I could have done differently was make more connections on campus, because Charlotte definitely has a lot to offer. So sometimes it's hard if you don't know the right people, to get put in those positions. So I definitely feel like I wish I would have met more people throughout the year and got more connected. But I definitely feel connected through this job. I was able to find this amazing job, but I do wish I would have met more people on campus, so I could have found more resources.
I'll go piggybacking off of what Ashton said. I wish I was like out of my dorm more often. I would go to class, go back to my dorm, do homework, stay in my dorm all day, barely go to the cafe to eat. And that was kind of like one of my biggest regrets. I wish I had got out more and made more connections with people. Although I have started doing that, I want to do it more, because like Ashley said, making connections with people can really boost your experience here at college.
Awesome. Those are some great answers. So as we wait for more questions to come in, one of the most commonly asked questions is, what is one thing that you brought during move-in that you didn't end up needing? And what is one thing that you wish you'd brought?
I can start. Personally, for me, I brought way too much stuff to move in. And my mom, she kept saying, you don't need all this stuff, you don't need all this stuff. But me not listening, I was like, I want all this stuff. So something that I brought that I don't need, I'm gonna say one of them, like a shredder. I didn't really need a shredder. It sit under my bed the whole semester, the whole next semester, and everything. But for something that I wish I brought, more personality, if that makes sense. Like more things that would have made it feel more like home to me. I just brought like a bunch of like school stuff, nothing really that made me feel like I was at home.
Okay, yeah, I can go next. I wish I would not. I packed up literally my entire room. The only thing I left in my room at home was my bed. That was the only thing I left. So I took so much stuff that I did not need. Like, I wish I would not have done that. I just wish I wouldn't have done it. It made it hard to move in, and it made it really hard to move out. So I didn't have a dolly or anything. A dolly. Bring a dolly. You need it. You need it. You need it. But I wish I would have had a dolly. It would have made it a lot easier to move stuff in. But another thing I wish I would have brought was like a step stool to get into my bed. Like, I like to have my bed up high, but I just kind of had to jump to get in, and a step stool. Bring a step stool.
And I can go next. I was kind of like the opposite. I was just like, I'm very self-efficient, but like, oh, I don't need this. It's like, once we get, I don't want to bring a lot of stuff. I live very far away. I don't want to pack a whole van full of stuff and just head over there and just do that on awkward like 4 trips or 8 trips, like going back and forth to the car and going over there. So like I was like, oh, we'll just buy it over there. But when I was buying stuff, I was like, man, I should have just brought it. I'm wasting so much money. Like if I would have just brought that, it would have saved $20. But like all this stuff going to Walmart, going like IKEA, just things like that. It's like, wow, I spent a lot of money. I could have saved a lot. So, like these people said, like, they technically brought a lot of stuff, but sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. So, don't want to spend as much money like as I did. So you rather be them than me. So, I mean, shout out to you all. And something that I wish I brought, Ethernet cable clutch. It'll literally, like, you'll go like 100 megabytes per second. You'll be doing work faster than anybody else. You're in a different game mode. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. Just that's all I'm saying. Bring that Ethernet cable.
Okay, so another question that a lot of families can sometimes ask is, how can I stay connected to my student once they start living on campus? Can any of you share your experience with this?
I guess I can go again, but like I said, like the little it's gift bags that you can get through the bookstore, and basically you can write like notes to go with it, and they send this stuff, especially like during exam periods and stuff like that. That was one of the things I look forward to, because I know that like it takes time to even buy that, to go out of your way to write the notes that goes into it. So it definitely takes time, but it was so worth it. I appreciated it. I love to eat the snacks. Like, it was exactly what I needed to keep me motivated. And I also would say family weekend, please come to family weekend. It's honestly like your students will want to see you. It's long overdue by that point. So definitely take advantage of that experience.
If I go kind of off what I said earlier, making a set time to talk with each other or communicate in some way. For me, walking back to my dorm from class, that would be like the perfect time, especially if it was at night. You know, families want to make sure you're safe. So them being on the phone with you is actually a great way to catch up with them and for them to ensure that you're safe. And yeah, that was.
Most definitely. Like Alicia was saying, just finding the right time to contact your students, because as college students, we have a lot going on dealing with our schedules. So just contacting them at the right times, and we have delivery resources on campus where you can deliver something to a student, and we can go pick it up from Prospector. It's a place on campus that packages are delivered to. So you can still deliver stuff to your kid, and make sure that they have all the stuff that they need, all the important stuff and all that good stuff. And so it's a lot of stuff on campus that can be used to get in touch with us.
Awesome. So kind of connected to, being connected with your student, we mentioned family weekend. Can anyone touch on what family weekend might be like this year? I think Nassim might have some information on this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am tasked with the great job of planning Family Weekend along with my family program interns, Anna and Daniel. So Family Weekend will be taking place from October 16th through the 18th. That is a Friday through Sunday. Generally, most programs stay on the Friday and Saturday side, while Sundays usually for traveling. We are planning for both a hybrid, so an in-person and virtual, and a virtual model regarding safety guidelines. So we're a little bit waiting on some guidance that's happening for North Carolina. Over the next few weeks, we're going to hear about it, since Family Weekend is a little bit later in the year. We kind of have that luxury to plan accordingly. So we're planning on that, but we're planning on maintaining a lot of the traditions that we put, whether that is regarding 49er 401s, which are these really amazing interests, like information sessions that our campus partners put on. Waiting on athletics to hear more about the football schedule, so how that's going to look. We're going to have all these different traditions, and they just may not be how exactly we've done it in the past, because if you're safe and you're having a good time, we want to make sure that's our number one priority, making sure that you are safe with your student. But we're going to figure out how to create that connection, that community, everything that Family Weekend stands for, we're going to put it on. So currently we're planning October 16th through the 18th, but keep a look on our website. Once we get a little bit of more guidance, we will put that on there.
Awesome. And for our next question, how would you go about doing work study or getting a work study job?
I got y'all if you don't know it. No? Okay. I got you. So work study is based off of your financial aid. So students will be reached out to regarding their financial aid for work study. But work study, I believe it's similarly done with Higher Niner, and they specify as to what their work study options are. So I would talk more with the Career Center regarding that and financial aid, because it is based off of that. So not everyone can get work study. It's only for certain classifications, and they will be contacted for that. But anyone can get a job on campus through Higher Niner, and 10 out of 10 recommend a job on campus because it does work with your class schedule. I had a job on campus, and which led me to where I am today. So it has translated to my life for a long time.
Thank you for that answer. For our next question, this is probably one of the most commonly asked questions that we get from family members. What is the best way to find or buy textbooks?
Definitely the bookstore that's located in the student union. They have endless amounts of books in there. Well, let me say at the beginning of the semester, I'm gonna put it like that because usually the supply can get pretty low towards the end. So as long as you are purchasing your books, before the classes actually start, you'll be on the right track. So definitely the bookstore and the student union has everything that you need.
And on top of that, dealing with the bookstore, we also have something called Amazon Price Match. So if you do see something that is a little lower and it's actually sold or delivered by Amazon, you can actually show them the price tag, and you're going to be saving a lot of money by doing this. And so I definitely try to search up what it looks like on Amazon, show it to the bookstore. But not only that, is they also have online books. So if you're not a big fan of having a lot of textbooks on you, I had an iPad, so I always asked for the online version, and it was great. And yeah, and if you're not really looking forward to buying new books, that's okay. We do rentals as well, and you can actually write on these. There's no penalty for writing on them, or you can highlight them, put notes on them. It's okay. And so yeah, just save you a lot of money. We have a bunch of options, and yeah.
I guess I can add on to that too. Like whenever there's plenty of times that I needed books for like my classes and they ran out, but they're super good about restocking. So you can still order the books and they don't charge you for it until like after you get the book. So that's a good thing. And then I would say, like Miko said, you can get the online books. So as soon as, for some classes, if I didn't want to wait for the books, you can get the online books and it's literally like instant access to it. So it's super good.
So I just want to add, reaching out to your professor would be a great way as well, especially if you're thinking about getting an online book. Some professors prefer to have the physical copy, so just make sure you get what your professor prefers for the class.
And I know for me, like my first year especially, I ordered all of my books before the first week of class. And when I started the first week of class and started going over the syllabus with the professors, some of the books I needed a newer version, or the one that I had purchased was just not the right one that I needed for the class, or the professor decided to change it from the previous year. So definitely wait until the first week of class when the professors start going over the syllabus to purchase those textbooks. And then on to our next question. Can any of you speak about your experience with the shuttle service and parking passes on campus?
Most definitely, I'll take that one. The shuttle service is definitely incredible. I used it the first week on campus because after that I got a parking pass and I was able to drive around campus or either just walk. But the shuttle service is definitely dependable. It's amazing. You can download an app, and if one of my partners can back me up on the exact app, what's the exact name of it? I don't know the exact name of it.
It's
But
UNCC Next Ride.
Next Ride, there you go, Next Ride. You download the Next Ride app, and it will show you whenever the shuttle is coming up to you, and as simple as that. You just wait at the bus stop, and the shuttle will come and get you.
I can add on to that. So with the UNCC Next Ride, you can set notifications. So it has like different time limits that you can set on there. I'm one of those people, like I like to know how much time I have. So it'll send you a notification once. I usually choose like 4 or 5 minutes because it gives me enough time to get out of the dorm and down to the bus stop. So I would choose like 4 or 5 minutes. It'll send me a notification like letting me know the bus is about to arrive. So that was super helpful, especially I had like 8 a.m.s. It was early. I didn't want to walk all the time. So the buses are definitely amazing.
So I want to add, there are different routes that you can ride on that take you to different areas of campus because it is a big campus. So there are different routes you can take, and you can figure out which one are closer to your class, which ones will get you to your class sooner, and yeah, like I said, explore. So if you want to ride the bus before your classes to see which route works best for you and how long it takes you to get there, I definitely recommend that because it'll really help.
Awesome. Where can students find information on parking services or any information about parking passes?
You want to go ahead, Miko? There's a parking app online on the myuncc.edu website. It's under the quick links tab. So if you go under the quick links, you'll see the parking services app. And you just click that, and it'll show you how much it costs to obtain certain type passes, such as a year pass or a daily pass, whatever the case may be. And you can just pay for a parking pass. It's easy as that.
Yeah, I can add on to that. Also, you can go on the PATS website. So it's pats.uncc.edu. That's how I got my parking pass. You also can go into the office. The office, it's kind of like on the outside of the campus, but it's near one of the parking decks. So I went there to actually register my car. It was super easy. They were super helpful, really friendly. So you won't have a hard time navigating anything.
Awesome. So we'll move on to our next commonly asked question. What kinds of groups or organizations does the school have, and how can I find these organizations and where are they located?
Okay, that's a big thing. Oh, that's a huge thing. Thank you for putting that question out there. I was waiting for this moment. So we're big on clubs. We have over 400 plus clubs and organizations. And if you don't see something that's meant for you, make your own. I mean, it's super simple. All you need is a bunch of friends, and you have to be dedicated. And it's just a great opportunity for you to meet new people, make networks. And we actually have a website for it called Niner Engage. This is where you can find all the clubs and organizations you can join, and what are the requirements, or what is this and that, and where they meet at. They're really good. Mostly all clubs are really good at marketing what their clubs at. So really keep up with social media or just things like that. We actually have a club called CAB that sets up great events. So if anybody asks if we throw parties on campus, yes, we do. It's called CAB, and they are great for you to meet new people. It's a great way for your student to just have a good time and just really de-stress life as a college student. So yeah.
And I guess I'll add on, more important than ever, especially this year, I think it's important to keep up with social media, especially because that's where you're going to receive the most updates on different clubs and organizations and how they might be abiding by the university's social distancing protocols this year. So definitely make sure to keep up with those social media pages. And for our next question, our next commonly asked question is, do you feel safe at UNC Charlotte, and does campus have a curfew?
I can go ahead and answer this question. First things first is, if I didn't feel safe on this campus, I wouldn't be on campus. And so that's my number one thing to say. We do have a lot of safety precautions implemented into our UNC system. And we also like to adapt whatever happens. We always like to do our research to see how can we make this school more safer. And so we're constantly, we don't ever have an end to oh, that's it, we're the safest university. No, we always think ahead. We always like to adapt and grow as a university. We have something called the Live Safe app. So it's basically an app for you to, for your student to make sure they feel safe. It's also a great way for them, if they have a friend, they say, let's say you're getting off at your night class, you don't feel safe walking home. We have something in that app for you to make you feel safe. And it's also a quick access to the UNC Charlotte campus police. And for the police, it's not just any, police. These are actually trained CMPD police officers. And they also, they patrol 24/7, 365. We also have the blue light system. It is great. They have one. If once you see one, you can see another one, and it's just a quick press of a button, and we have services coming to you right away. And that doesn't have to be for anything as you feel danger. It can be if you're having a hard time breathing or something like that. We have something really for anything as that matter. We also have Niner alerts. These are great. I usually get 3 Niner alerts for my email and my phone, especially from a call from my parent, because parents do get, they can also sign up for those Niner alerts. So it's also that extra safety net. So we have a lot of safety implementations into our school. So yeah.
I guess I can add on to that too, since Miko brought it up. One time, me and some of my friends, we were like leaving the library. It was really late. It was one of those times we were just at the library really late, and we all like psyched each other out about walking back. So we ended up calling the police station, and they were so nice. They ended up bringing somebody out. They brought like a Niner transit van, and they drove us back to our dorm, dropped us off like at the door. It was honestly the best experience I've ever had. So if you do not feel like comfortable walking on campus late, they will take care of you.
Awesome. Those were some really great answers. I would just add on a little plug that me and Anna just posted our campus safety episode of Fam Fridays last week. So be sure to check that out. You can access that on our YouTube page as well as Instagram TV. So be sure to check that out. More on campus safety.
Thank you, Daniel. And then on to our next question. How do you meet people as a commuter student?
So I had a few friends, like really good friends, and they were commuters. But I'd say a great way was, SOAR, the small groups. Some of your friends, that could be your first impression of UNC Charlotte, and those could be your first friends you can have at school. And so I definitely had that case where there were commuters, but that did not stop us from being great friends, because let me tell you what, they're definitely using those resources on campus, such as the library, such as, the tutoring services. Like we do all this stuff together, we study together because most of the time we're in the classes together. And so like anytime we just get like each other's contact information, like, hey, you want to meet in the library? We can study for our test, things like that. There is nothing that can stop a student from another student succeeding like with each other. So it really doesn't matter location wise, because you all still go to the same school, and it's a great way, just to hang out, but also just like really focus on school.
Yeah, I guess like to add on to that, I'm a big like people watcher. So if you sit in the student union, I've had like so many people that'll honestly just come up and start a conversation, or like if they sit down in the same area as you, like it's just kind of common courtesy to start a conversation. So it was super nice. I met so many people that way, and we're still friends now. So you can meet people no matter what. And I would definitely say in the classroom, like the people that are sitting next to you, just ask them like, oh, maybe like, what's your major? Y'all are probably already in the same majors as is, but it's plenty of ways to meet new people, and nothing can stop you even being a commuter.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I would say I think more important than ever, being a commuter student, I think it's especially important to be involved as much as you can. For me, I was a commuter student my first semester here at UNC Charlotte, and it was really important for me to be involved. So through that, I participated in the marching band, and that's where I met most of my good friends. I still call friends to this day. So definitely be involved as much as you can, know your resources like they were talking about, and yeah.
So for the next question, can anyone touch more on how organizations work, and if there are any specific times for the meetings or events that they have, and what that might look like?
So
I guess.
Go ahead, Bria.
No, go ahead. I guess I would say, when in doubt, like definitely Niner Engage and social media. Those are like the most important things. I know when I go on Niner Engage, anytime I want to join like a new organization, or if I just want to see like what times they're meeting, it has like I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of just has a page that'll give you a rundown of like when they're having meetings. So that's honestly how I keep track of it, unless they send like emails. People table outside of the union all of the time. So you can sign up through email. They get your emails, phone numbers. You will have plenty of ways to get in contact and figure out all the meeting times whenever anything is going on. So it's easy to get involved.
Awesome. And we'll move on to our next question. This is my favorite question. How could you all speak to the diversity here at UNC Charlotte?
I can go ahead and speak on that. The diversity at UNC Charlotte is really nice for me. I have met people from all over the world, in my opinion. Like I met someone from India, I met someone from China, and it's amazing. It's just really cool. And also like we have like at least like 1,000 students who are international students. But not only that is we actually do have opportunities for you to seek out the world and see what we have to offer, because we do have a study abroad program, and it's great. The best part of it is you don't have to be you know, any a specific major. So I don't have to put international in front of marketing. I can just be marketing. And so that's just a great feeling. But yeah, our diversity is amazing. And actually speaking back onto clubs, no matter what club it is, I'm in FASU, which is Filipino American Student Union. And you don't have to be Filipino American to join a student union, such as Black Student Union. You don't have to be Black to be in there. You can, it's just a great way for you just to like learn about the culture, just make new friends. And it's so nice that, you know, to have that club, like anyone can join and anyone's involved. That just shows how open we are as a university.
Great, and we'll move on to our next question. This is a good question. What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you during your first year, and what did you learn from that experience?
Okay, so I can actually start with like kind of a funny, embarrassing thing. So I have a scar from my first year at UNC Charlotte, runs all the way down my leg. I was on my way walking to class one day, completely face planted down the stairs right in front of the union. It was a great time. It was really embarrassing. My backpack like flew off of my back. It was so dramatic. Ruined one of my shoes, but like, it's all good. It was embarrassing. But I guess what I learned from that experience is don't get consumed with a conversation you're having with another person, or like being on your phone while you're trying to walk to class. Just be careful and watch your step. The stairs at the union, I guess, are tricky. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of the same for me. You know, if you've never been on UNC Charlotte campus before, there are a lot of hills. So, and the ground is mostly bricks in most areas. So when it's raining, they can kind of slippery. So I had a bright idea one day to wear sandals to walk to class, and it was raining, and I slipped, and I couldn't walk for like a week or so. But it was okay because I learned my lesson not to wear sandals in the rain to class. But everything was all good eventually. So yeah, definitely take your time walking and wear the proper attire for the day and for where you're going.
Comfort over cuteness and quality over a good outfit.
I just want to add on, something like that also happened to me. I think it was like icy or something, and I slipped on the bridge going down to what is it, Lynch Hall. So that was, yeah, we're just all clumsy, I guess. But yeah, like if something like that happens to you, like everyone has a place to be. Everyone's like trying to get where they're trying to go. Like don't let that like deter you. Like literally everyone's trying to get where they're trying to go. So, but yeah, definitely take into consideration the hills and the stairs, because we all want to be safe as possible.
It's
And
also
then kind of also with that, like
first.
don't let people laughing at you like really get to you. Like just learn how to take things lightly, and you know, if something happens and it's kind of funny, it's kind of embarrassing, just laugh and you know, get over it. There's gonna be another day, and tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah, I didn't have one of those problems, but I had an embarrassing moment as well. First year, which is my first semester. You know, like it was like the second, you know, like the first week of school, and like you know, it was basically the first day of class, and you know, I was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to show them what I got. Like it was great. I had my headphones in because you know, let me tell you what. Having headphones in, listening to music, and going into class makes you feel like it's like an athlete. It's like your warm up music. You know, you're like, wow, it's like I'm really about to do this, and it's a great hype up moment. And so I was doing that, just like really getting into my music, and then I walk into class, and I was just minding my own business, right? And then the professor came in and writes your name. I was like, I don't think that's my professor. It's like, it's okay. I probably forgot who my professor was. And it's like, all right, y'all. It's like, you know what? Usually on the first day, we're going to talk about syllabus. It's like, I want to get to know you all. It's like, so welcome to this politics. It's methods politics. And I was just like, I'm in the wrong class. I'm in the wrong class. It's like he's talking. I don't want to leave while he's talking. That's rude. That's rude. Can't do that. Can't do that. And it's like, so we're going to play an icebreaker. And so, you know, I was like, I guess I'm in it to win it now. And so I had to do it, 2 truths and a lie. And so when it was my turn, I said, I'm supposed to be in this class. And everybody thought, huh, that's a good truth, right? It was a lie. It's like, yeah, that's my lie. I'm actually not supposed to be here. I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to like ruin the moment or anything. And so like I had to do the walk of shame, but everybody was laughing and everybody had a good time. And I made some friends in that class, but you know, so if I ever needed help in methods in politics, they were there for me. So yeah.
Okay, but why did the same thing happen to me, but like in a club organization meeting? Like the exact same thing. Icebreaker and everything. Wrong club. Okay, but we need to move on. Those were some really good answers. Anna, you want to take the next question?
Yeah, so for our last question, we have what kind of support groups are available to new students as they transition to living in the residence halls?
I guess I can talk about that. They have RAs that run a lot of programs. They do it like throughout the entire school year, but it's like tie-dyeing shirts. Sometimes they'll cook. Like it's literally just the best way to meet people to get to know your RAs, first of all, and to get to know the people that stay in your residence hall. I like to go to them. They were super fun. It would usually be like a small, like a really intimate group. I got to know a lot of people that way. I recommend that like everybody goes to at least one. Probably, I guess, find the most interesting one. They post like the flyers on the bulletin boards and in the elevators, so you'll never not know. They send them to your email as well, so they will inform you about them. So I would say everybody should go to at least one of those events because they're super fun.
On top of that, there are leadership groups per hall. So like I was in the leadership group my freshman year, and I got involved into a club called RSA, which is Resident Student Association, which is when representatives from each housing will come into one and talk about what can we do to make everyone involved, or like what are you doing, so maybe I can feed off of that. And so I was in Sanford, a moment of my life, and Levine was right next to it, and basically like there were 2 separate halls, and they would actually work together and bring in people. So it was always great to meet new people from a totally different residence hall. It was just great. But not only that, RAs are like literally trained to help you out in any case scenario. So if you just want to have a one-on-one talk, they are there for you. Also, if you ever need help in something academic, you know, they could also help you with that too. If that's not your thing, we also have CAPS, which is counseling and psychological services. And so if you ever just like want to talk to a counselor, there's always that opportunity, and you get 12 free sessions a year. So that's great.
And going off of what Bria said and a little bit of what Miko said, like the RAs, they hold floor meetings, I think they're like every semester, I believe. And personally, for me, at one of these floor meetings is where I met my best friend. So just going and getting involved and stuff, and just coming out of your comfort zone, starting conversations, that'd be a great way.
I couldn't have said it any better.
All right. And then we got some questions regarding COVID and housing and some things I know we're definitely concerned about. We are getting more information regarding guidelines and regarding what safety precautions we're taking if things happen over the semester. One was specifically about housing. So I highly recommend that you contact Housing and Residence Life to talk about what precautions they're taking, because they have certain ones that they are sharing out. And then during your students' orientation session during SOAR Live, they go to a Housing and Residence Life session where they do explain the different precautions they're taking for it. So I don't want to speak on it because I don't know exactly and I don't want to say the wrong answer, but contact Housing and Residence Life regarding the different precautions and safety guidelines they're facing. But there'll be more information out there soon. But before we end, I really quickly want to show some resources. I'm going to share my screen to our family members that are open to you, because we do recognize that the family transition is vital and important for our family members and students to understand that there's a transition for families as well. So this is the NSFS website. It is nsfs.uncc.edu. And if you go to the Families tab and then click Family Programs, you will see all the different resources we have available to families. We also have a Fall Family Virtual Orientation that is not live, but it is kind of a go on your own experience. And then we also have Fam Fridays, which is what Daniel mentioned, that has a lot of our YouTube videos on here. There's also our YouTube page. If you go to UNC Charlotte New Student and Family Services, you can subscribe and you can see all the different videos available to you, including our orientation counselors, which you actually got to meet a few of them right now. And then lastly, we have our Instagram page. This is what it looks like through the web portal. So go on your phones to Instagram. It looks way better. But if follow us, we have lots of information on here. We're really cognizant of our social media presence, and we really put out stuff on there, and also on our Facebook website. So there's lots of resources available to our families. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to our OCs and our fam turns for taking the time. Y'all did amazing. Go Niners. Yeah, love that Niner pride. And thank you to our families for coming and staying to ask any questions that you had. This webinar will be put on YouTube, so if you want to come back to it, it is there for you. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. Go Niners.